All right, welcome back everyone. My name is Pratesh here with Kaizen Crypto, bringing you another video. So I hope you guys are all doing well. Thank you so much for joining me today. In this video, I've got a lot of exciting news to share with you. So in his recent whiteboard video, Charles Hoskinson talked more about Cardano's plans for an ERC20 converter and cross-chain communications. So taking a look at some key points regarding that and how that could potentially relate to a network like Ethereum. So we've seen in recent news that Ethereum tokens are now more valuable in terms of market cap than that of Ethereum itself. So what would that mean if Cardano were to step in and grab some of that market share? We're going to be talking about that here in this video, as well as some key dates to be expected. So we can see T-minus 10 days until the Shelley Hardfork happening on July 29th. So at the later part of this video, I wanted to share with you all some of my thoughts on what you can do as an ADA holder to get prepared for Shelley. So all of that is going to be here in this video, so stay tuned. All right, everyone, thank you all so much for joining me today. To get things started, if you guys do find some value from this video, please be sure to drop a like for me. It definitely does help out the channel. If you haven't done so already, and if you want to stay updated with Cardano content, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, click that notification bell so you know exactly when I post a new video. If you do have any comments or questions about anything that we're talking about today, be sure to let me know down in the comment section. So I went ahead and watched Charles's latest whiteboard video, and I tell you what, it was just a half an hour of just jam-packed information. Essentially, he went over what it looks like for the next few months for the Cardano project, and it's going to be full steam ahead. I would think that August we might see a little bit of tapering down. I know the developers have really been working hard to get us to this point. But after that, you know, it's back to the grind. So lots of things happening with Cardano. In this video, I wanted to share with you all some of the points that he made talking about the ERC20 converter and DApp programming. So Charles Hoskinson has commissioned an external company to program an ERC20 converter that will be used to migrate tokens from the Ethereum network to the Cardano network. The first step is to start a simple converter which migrates ERC20 tokens to a Cardano testnet in a test run. Interoperability will be monitored and tested until the native asset standard is ready for mass deployment. This new standard corresponds to the ERC20 standard and enables the launch of new tokens on the Cardano blockchain. Hoskinson explains that the test phase will start in September and last until October, as this new infrastructure will be built on a solid foundation. By December, developers will be able to create, test, and execute smart contracts. The Plutus team and Goguen development team will also launch valuable dApps that will perform useful functions within the ecosystem. And then he later went on to say that by the end of the year, interoperability with other blockchains will be increased so that transactions from the Litecoin or Ethereum network can be transferred seamlessly and without problems to Cardano. This will be made possible by intelligent clients, which are currently still under development. Cardano has created a new team for this purpose, which is solely concerned with the development of cross-chain communication between different blockchain ecosystems. All right, very cool. So he actually spoke more about this in his whiteboard video. If you haven't done so, be sure to check that out. I'll leave a link for you guys down in the description. What he was talking about in that video was they essentially contracted a company to be able to work on something like this, to have a native asset standard similar to what we have with Ethereum with the ERC20 standard. And having this, you know, being that Cardano is an interoperable blockchain, they're going to be able to migrate these tokens, these dApps and smart contracts over onto the Cardano blockchain. So huge news. This is very exciting. Seeing something like this actually taking place, it's going to be interesting to see how Ethereum fares, especially if we were to see that the delay for Ethereum 2.0 gets postponed again, It's going to be interesting to see how Ethereum is able to compete with Cardano being a fully functioning proof-of-stake protocol. So very cool. I thought I would share with you guys some of my thoughts regarding that, and taking a look at this article as well, since we're talking about Ethereum and ERC20 tokens. Recently in the news, we can see that the combined market cap of ERC20 tokens now surpasses Ethereum itself. And with things like DeFi really starting to take off right now, I know tokens like Chainlink, there's Kyber Network, there's MakerDAO. There are so many different ERC20 tokens that are bringing value and have value within the network. The problem that I see going forward here is that if Ethereum isn't able to facilitate that scale, as we see more transactions happening on the blockchain, if Ethereum is left behind in terms of transitioning over into proof of stake, I think Cardano could definitely take a bite out of Ethereum's lunch in terms of transitioning some of these ERC20 tokens over to a native asset standard on Cardano. And at $33 billion, the estimate exceeds the total market cap of Ethereum, which today is roughly worth about $27 billion. So what it all boils down to is that the total value of the economy built around Ethereum now exceeds that of ETH itself. So crazy to think about. I think this is exciting news, because if Cardano even takes a fraction of that market share, then it's going to be big news. I think Ethereum is going to have a run for its money. And if we take a look, we can see the current market cap of cryptocurrencies right now. We're taking a look at Bitcoin wanting to break out of this $9,000 range. Could happen any day now. We've been trading sideways here for several weeks, and it's, Bitcoin, it'll go sideways, act as a stable coin, and then it's just going to have a heinous move to the upside or the downside. So anticipating a move for either direction, but it will be very interesting to see the next couple of days. And if we see here the market cap of Ethereum, yep, so just under that $27 billion. To put it in perspective, just to show you, with Cardano market cap sitting at just under $4 billion. I would argue that Cardano could potentially be considered a top 5 cryptocurrency. It recently overtook Bitcoin SV, and we're sitting here at number 6. I don't know if Tether would count as a full-fledged cryptocurrency, but for what it's worth in terms of market cap, I think Cardano is making strides here as we move towards Shelley launched on mainnet. So speaking of which, I wanted to share with you guys some key dates to be expected as we move forward. So in less than 10 days away now, we are anticipating the Shelley Hardfork happening on July 29th. After which we will see the incentivized testnet rewards available to be redeemed on the mainnet on August 3rd. So if you did participate by delegating to a stake pool or running your own stake pool on the ITN, you'll be able to claim those rewards here in just a few days after the 29th. And then following that, for those of you who are interested in staking, I know myself, I am super hyped about that. Earning passive income on my Cardano, first staking rewards are going to be available on August 18th. So lots of things to be excited for. I wanted to go ahead and spend a few minutes to talk about some best practices to get prepared for Shelley. For those of you who have been asking questions and commenting on my videos, I just wanted to say thank you all so much. I really do appreciate all the support. I wanted to briefly talk about some of those questions and hopefully answer those for you. So one of the questions I get first and foremost is going to be which wallets are supported when we do see the Shelley Hardfork. So without a shadow of a doubt, I know that the Daedalus wallet and the Yoroi wallet are going to support the Shelley Hardfork. So if you do store your ADA on either of those wallets, you'll be fine, nothing to worry about. Right now, I know Yoroi is going through an upgrade to be able to support staking. So as a best practice, I always like to recommend if you do have your wallet recovery phrase, that's just a good idea. You want to make sure you have a backup and that it's secured in a safe place. So general rule of thumb, I do recommend to keep your Cardano off of exchanges. Now, exchanges are going through that phase as well, where they're transitioning their infrastructure to be able to support things like staking as a service. And this isn't financial advice, just a suggestion. As far as leaving your coins on an exchange to be able to stake your ADA, it's something that I would tend to shy away from. And again, just my opinion, take it with a grain of salt. The reason for me saying that is because whenever you trust an exchange with your coins, you're essentially giving up the ownership of your ADA, so to speak, to the exchange for the convenience of not having to manage your own keys. So I would recommend for those of you who are interested in learning how to do that, please be sure to check out my earlier videos where I talk about Daedalus, where I talk about Yoroi and how to create a wallet. I'll be sure to link to those videos in the description as well if you do want to check those out. But that's just a general rule of thumb. There are going to be other wallets that do support staking when Shelley is live on mainnet. I know there are other wallets as well, such as ADA Lite. There's the Atomic wallet. Charles even mentioned in his video that it's going to be hardware wallet support for Daedalus. So lots of cool things coming. I wanted to share with you some information regarding that as well. But that's essentially what I would suggest. So if you do have your ADA on an exchange, be sure to go ahead and get those ADA off of the exchange. That way you're good to go. And make sure that you have your recovery phrase available. That way, just in case if you do have to restore your wallet, you're ready to do so. A lot of questions also regarding when will I receive my staking rewards. So staking rewards will be paid out after each epoch. An epoch on the Cardano mainnet is going to last 5 days. So after each 5-day period, you will be paid out to your wallet. You don't need to go ahead and claim your rewards or anything like that. They're automatically distributed by the protocol. And then another one is going to be, when can I delegate to a stake pool? So this question is actually pretty relevant, seeing that we are going to see staking. In order to receive passive income, you first have to delegate your ADA to a stake pool. So from what we can see here, first staking rewards are paid out on August 18th. And earlier, like we were talking about, each epoch is going to last 5 days. Don't quote me on this, but from what I'm looking at here, I'm thinking we might be able to anticipate delegation to stake pools starting around August 13th. I'll be sure to keep you guys posted as more information is talked about regarding that. But anyway, that's a great question. And lastly, I wanted to share with you all some information regarding hardware wallets. So highly anticipated to be able to use a ledger with the Daedalus wallet. So with that, Charles Hoskinson let the community know in his recent whiteboard video, we could potentially see something like ledger support on Daedalus happening in August. So it's coming up very soon. I know I'm excited to experience cold staking. Essentially, you can have your ADA on a ledger or a Trezor hardware wallet. You'll be able to use the Daedalus user interface to choose your stake pool to delegate, and your ADA will remain on your hardware wallet. So really exciting. I think that's pretty cool. And he even talked about a YubiKey. So a YubiKey is another form of two-factor authentication. In fact, it's probably even more secure than two-factor authentication. If you're used to, say, the Google two-factor authentication app, or if you use Authy authentication, this is going to be like a hardware solution for that. So it's going to make the Daedalus experience very secure. You're going to be able to use this for something like a spending password. So really cool. I wanted to share that with you all. If you haven't already, if you're new to YubiKey, I would recommend that you check out the video from Hashoshi. He talks about SIM swapping and ways that you can protect against that. So really good video talking about the YubiKey. So guys, those are some things that I wanted to highlight for you. If you do have any questions for me, again, please be sure to let me know down in the comment section. Hopefully you did enjoy the video. Hopefully you did find some value from this today. If you did, please be sure to drop a like for me. It definitely does help me out. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.